Hello everyone, I am back, and so I have an interesting theory. It's about the X-Men films, and I know the timeline and the continuity is very messy, and I have seen online people say you can't try and decipher it because it can be quite controversial and contradictive, because some films end up treating like other films that exist outside the original trilogy, and I feel like, yeah, it's quite hard to get into. But anyway, does everyone remember Charles Xavier's resurrection at the end of The Last Stand? Because everyone forgets, not only does he die in the movie, spoilers, but he also has the post credits, yeah? That Moro's like checking up on a patient, or, just on a computer, and the patient like head turns and he goes, "Hello, Mora," and she recognizes his voice. So I have a theory. What if that was? I know he has like a twin and other relatives in the comics and stuff. What happens in this universe? That's Charles's twin brother who looks like him, just has facial hair and stuff. That's why she didn't recognize him at first. That could be it. So if he can project his consciousness after death, which I don't think the post credits is that long after the end of the movie. So Emma Frost is another telepath, yeah, and we know there's two different Emmas in one in Origins. Bear in mind, Origins came out before First Class. So in First Class, Emma Frost is played by Jamie Jones, and she's an adult in that film, and it's set in 1962, I believe it was. And we know that as of Days of Future Past, 1973 timeline, Emma's already dead. She died between those two events, yeah? Those 2 years at some point. I don't know whether it's the exact year or whatever. And we know the other Emma, that's in 1979 Origins, and people are saying it's Emma Silver Fox, but there was a Blu-ray special, and it was on YouTube and stuff, and that one says she's Emma Frost. So I have a theory. Judging by Charles resurrecting himself by projecting his consciousness, I thought, what if Kayla and Emma are sisters in Origins. So what happens if Emma, during like the 70s, was comatose? She could be like 10, because you think it would be 1973 and then 1979 would be 6, so she'd be at least 16 in Origins. So she has to be at least 10 during the 1973. What happens if that Emma was like that little girl was comatose? And then after Emma dies, like some point before 1973, projects her consciousness into Emma, or that Emma, or maybe you can make it so that girl, like, has been really, really young, like 4 or something, and she could have been like, comatose. But I have a massive theory now. If anyone accepts it, I don't know, that after Emma dies in 1973, she projects her consciousness into that girl, and then the girl wakes up. We don't know what her actual name is, but she calls herself Emma. And I think Kayla would be like, yeah, okay, you want to call yourself Emma, acceptive, supportive, But secretly doesn't know that Emma Frost is actually taking over her sister's body, similar to how Charles would take over the other guy's body, that kind of thing. Because their body's dead anyway, so they might as well just take their brain dead or whatever, so they might as well just take them over or something. So I had that kind of theory, because then you get 2 films back to back with Emma, and that's the only way it makes sense in my eyes, is that if you look at the logic, because we watch it release order the first time around, you see Charles' resurrection. So you see the Emma thing, it's not that hard, it's not that far-fetched, is it? So, and I do think Emma is very, very underused in the films. I'm not going to get it down on the original trilogy for it, because I didn't know they were going to include the character at the time. But Days of Future Past was a bit of a cop-out, because they completely didn't want to use most of the First Class characters. But even then, it was like, no Emma in Apocalypse, no Emma in Dark Phoenix. Like, where is Emma? Because they killed her off in 1973, like before 1973. So either timeline, she's dead, which is why they can't include her. That's why I firmly believe this theory about her projecting her consciousness into another body, just like Charles did, because they're very similar with telepathy. So it's not that far-fetched. So it was just a quick one, guys, a little theory. So what do you guys think? Like the theory? Think it's a good attention to detail? I wish I could upgrade myself sooner, so I could actually have the photos, and I could actually make it more dynamic and immersive. But I'm trying to do the best I can. But anyway, I will be investing in a microphone soon as well, so hopefully the audio will be better. But I'm just hoping that Emma, that theory, do you like it? That she does the same thing? Makes sense? Who knows?